Got just me and Leda now.
Oh, nice. Hi.
Yeah, Daplion said he's got this place to himself for 10 days.
He does. I'm going to be in Mexico eating tacos and drinking beer, so he'll be here chillaxing.
A lot of pain. Yeah.
When do you leave, Gaylor?
Tomorrow morning.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm going to be there for like a week before the conference even starts.
Perfect. Nice.
I better spend my time wisely while I'm in Mexico City for at least the conference. And I'm excited to go meet Eduardo from Status too.
Great.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that we have this project called Ahora Libre that wants liquid pledging to make liquid lending. We should definitely reach out to them. I think they're in Tijuana, but who knows?
Yeah, let's see if they're around. I'd love to like chat about it.
Yeah, it's pretty far, but I don't know. They probably have someone there too. I don't remember how I did this. Wow, I'm surprised that we have such a small showing by 9 o'clock. I guess we'll give it another 3 or 4 minutes before kicking it off. Lorelai, you're on the notes.
Hello, everyone.
Hey. I don't know. Who's our fellow Jitser? Maybe it's Quasia?
Is that me? I think it's me. It's because I'm on mobile. My bad. I don't actually know how to make it different on mobile.
Yeah, I don't know if it's possible. I had the same issue.
Yeah, I can jump on my computer. I just booted it up. Sorry. It's been a slow start this morning.
Yeah. I'm trying to get my second monitor working. I can't figure it out. No.
Where are you now? Are you in Reno yet?
I am. I'm in Reno, and but we're leaving to Lake Tahoe. I have a meeting with the guys from blockchains.com or whatever. And then
Is that the residence thing?
No, this is the guys that want to make like they want to use liquid pledging, and they donated 300 Ether to like an audit campaign to us a long time ago. But so I'm just going to check in with them. But
hey, Griff, you probably won't have the time to add any more things before the comms meeting in the document, I guess.
Yeah, I looked. I didn't see anything to actually add. Everything was listed, at least that I could think of.
Oh, cool. Perfect.
Yeah, you added a bunch of things already, so.
Yeah, cool.
What meeting number is this, guys? 30 or something?
You could
Meeting.
make it up.
Yeah.
How about 33? That's a good one.
Is comms right after this today, or what's the?
Yep.
Okay, can you pass me the overview sheet so that I can make sure everything is on there?
Yeah, we'll do that right now.
Okay, well, I think we have enough to get started on. Oh, hey, Oz. I think we have enough to get started on what did you do this week. So let's start it off. Who wants to start?
I can start.
Okay.
All right. This week I was in Greece, in the island that Griff and Lorelai were in just a couple weeks ago. And from there, even with horrible internet, I went back and edited a bunch of milestones. Let's see. Just cleaned up a lot of worked on our June meeting. It was a big use of my time. A lot of Burning Man stuff. And just kind of really worked with Mark, getting everything together for our future meeting. And let's pass it to Yaler.
Hi, friends. This week I have been here studying my presentation that I've kind of been working to refine and refine. I reworked the slides for the Prezi, working with Lancey to have them actually switched over into Spanish so that when I give the speech, it'll be in English, but the slide will be in Spanish. I've been practicing the flow, making sure it sounds good, makes sense, and all this stuff. I reviewed it with my mom a few times, you know, getting it really dialed in. And then I've been kind of hanging out with the DAP team, working to establish communications with them. Had a few meetings with these guys and chatted about what we're working towards there. Or not DAP team, DAP node team. And then also, you know, listened in on the DAP meeting about what's happening over there. I responded to a few Lumio proposals, and yeah, that's all I got for now. Busy though. Lorelei.
Hey, I'm in this hotel room with Griff, so hopefully we're not giving you guys horrific echo. Yeah, in Reno at this crazy shiny casino place, and just been hanging out here. We met a like crazy unexpected old burner yesterday. I got to feed a baby piglet, so I'm doing pretty great.
Oh.
And yeah, we've just been working. I'm getting oriented to more things. I'm learning about editing the wiki and kind of getting literate with tools for that. Yeah, I'm continuing with milestone triple checking and all sorts of human communication stuff. I'm excited to be in these meetings because I like this kind of thing. Chris.
Yes. So I took some official time off this week, which means that I'm only doing a half time. This is spectacularly liberating for me. So what I did this week, I caught up on quite some messages in Riot and other messages everywhere in mails. On social, I did a lot of catching up as well. So I was still retweeting and liking stuff from EdCon, answering things, and also tweeting out CDM a little bit more. So if you haven't participated, you should check our Giveth. So please break the CDM initiative or tweet or like it or whatever so that they get some exposure. They're good guys. Then I did multiple voicings with Yaler on stuff that we needed to figure out. And then we also just held a Riot bot meeting where we also talked about a June hackathon and how to get up bounties on GitHub. Then I synced for people on a comms meeting date. So this is happening immediately afterwards for people who would have missed this, and added stuff to the comms meeting that we talked about in last week. I synced with people in New York for my presentation there next week and wrote a blurb for them on what Giveth is and what I'm doing. I synced with Bowen on the texts he's writing, and a new one is going out as soon as I have reviewed and posted it and tweeted about it. I reviewed a few milestones that were assigned to me and synced on this amongst others with Clio. And I wrote my version of the Giveth manifesto, which I will submit tomorrow. So if you haven't done that just yet, you have one more day because we extended the deadline. Yay. Okay. And so that is me. And then I give it to Oz.
Hey guys. So I went into Lumio and I guess commented on a couple of things there. Mostly I've been working on Ethcan and made a couple of videos for that. So I will pass it along to whoever hasn't gone. I guess Bowen.
Hey guys, third Gov meeting. How's it going? I was just trying to make a quick list of stuff that I've done in the last couple of weeks. The Hackathon article, which everybody's probably seen, went up. The Space Decentral article is sitting in the queue for publishing on the Giveth medium, like as of about a half an hour ago. I'm working on a paper on the Giveth galaxy and Manon's story, but as separate things, as per something Chris asked me. Just completed a third triple check so everybody could get paid. That was yesterday. And Quasi had taught me how to fix failed test sends and how the data is packed and everything in case there's ever a problem with it. And I've been retweeting all of the things and inviting people to do the CEDM entry and stuff. And that's kind of it. I'm still I think that's it. Sorry, caffeine. Who hasn't gone yet?
I haven't.
Oh, Griff, you up?
So yeah, I did a lot this week to make sure EdCon logistically worked out, and there were lots of little meetings and things, people to connect, which is kind of my shtick anyway. We did a live open source Block Explorer meetup, which was technically horrible, but actually productive. We got a lot of cool people into the mix, and they got to meet each other in person, so that was valuable. Did a lot of organizing work for the Antigua Identity blockchain project, which is starting to really pick up steam, and we have a clear path forward, so that's really exciting. And actually got to meet with Antigua officials and even have dinner with like Vitalik and some other really cool people that are trying to onboard into the project. So that's really exciting. DAppNode was huge this weekend as well, or this last week. Lots of networking and advising, and lots of conversations I do. And we're going to have a meeting with Infura and a couple other people too, so that's good. I should do a lot of that on my road trip that's happening. Did a lot of networking in general, just hung out with Swarm City and other cool people, Andy from Status and just all the cool people at EdCon. And then, of course, just making sure everything's running in governance, milestone triple check, and for the most part, I didn't have to have too much action there. Also working with Bowen, or at least like kind of structuring how we're going to do the security thing, and made a couple proposals on Lumio that kind of talk about that. Also talked with RJ about that as well, and then wrote out my manifesto, and that I posted that on Lumio. And then audits, there's a couple people that reached out for audits, and so I'm getting them to solidify their details so that I can pass that along to my hack group people. Also, we have some major progress with Aragon. Had a couple of calls this week with Luis, and working with Parker to actually push the Aragon grant, which is changing from liquid pledging to, I'm actually going to push just to have them cover the whole DApp, which I think would be cool. So that's kind of a big thing. And then lots of Burning Man stuff. I'm in Reno right now. As Lorelei said, we're meeting with crazy people trying to get some of that stuff settled, and have to pick like 20 people to add on to the team. So this is definitely the time to lobby me if you have people that you want to come to Burning Man with us. Now is the moment. And I think we have open bounties settled too, and that's pretty much going. So that's kind of all the stuff I've been working on. I think I saw Satya come in.
Yeah, I did. My week is not as exciting as Griff's essay, but I've been working with RJ on implementing the bridge and updating the DApp to work with the bridge. And we made donations possible so you can donate through Robson, and then so we can really simulate like the bridge basically on testing. And I think today we will push that to develop, and then Wojtek will probably communicate like a test plan because we really need intensive testing. But that's basically what I've been doing last week. Anybody else didn't go? Because I just joined.
Alex.
Yeah,
Lindsay.
or who else hasn't gone?
I don't think Alex has gone. Lindsay or
Lindsay, your turn.
I went already, but Quasio, why don't you go ahead?
Okay, yeah, so there's all that EdCon stuff. We didn't have one last week, so that sort of spills into this. As Bowen outlined, I wrote up a tutorial that basically explains, how to interact with this CLI tool and how to do anything, handle anything if the payment tools mess up. So that was really cool. This was the first week that I was completely hands-on. Felt very good. There's this. We just finalized the the technical spec and the UX design for milestone 1 of the planning thing. Starting to get this student hackathon thing up and running because we kind of need fresh blood in social coding. I talked to Brett. I'm gonna do sort of like a one-on-one coding session with him to figure out how some of the middleware in their stack works. I don't know, some other stuff I'm not remembering offhand. Oh, manifesto. I've done a lot of external reading on the manifesto. So that's actually taken a bunch of time because it's just been a matter of reading through the way that other people have structured them. I think that it's interesting, the rhetorical style that a lot of them take up. It's a very unique type of rhetoric. But yeah, so working on that. Oh, I went to a meetup and got in contact with one of the Gitcoin people. So I'm going to follow up with them and figure out what's up with Gitcoin. Basically, I want to hear his sales pitch. I told the guy I wanted to meet up, and basically we're currently using open bounties, and it was what are the advantages of your system and blah 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 blah. So I'm going to get in contact with them and try and do a lunch or something. And yes, just been kind of figuring out where the crypto people are in Denver, which it seems like there's a lot. There's a whole startup week event next week. There's 11 blockchain related meetups. So that should be interesting. Yeah, I think that's it. Alex?
Hey, so since I didn't really get to see anybody and congratulate them last week, congratulations on the DEP for winning the super awesome prize of the super demo. Awesome job, guys. This week I traveled back from Barcelona. I'm in LA right now, and I've been working on the DEP node VPN and getting that all squared away. And I guess that's kind of it. Dealing with jet lag over here too. So yeah. I guess that Griff.
Yeah, is there anyone else? Doesn't look like it.
We have RJ.
I don't see him here. I don't see
I
RJ.
saw-
Or
He came in, but he left again then.
It's okay. Okay, cool. Well, then let's actually start the real meeting, and we can just do a quick check-in. So intentions, we have 3 proposals. I'm excited to talk about them quickly as possible. And then, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot, logistics. We have there's no one toggled off, and there's a hard stop at the hour because there's a comms meeting. So maybe even a few minutes before the hour. And then for my check-in, intentions just to go through these Lumio proposals pretty quick and try to have a quick meeting. And distractions, not so much, nothing. I got my second monitor going. So how about Lindsay?
All right. Intention is to solidify our June meeting summer kickoff team get together castle takeover. And a little bit distracted just because I'm at the hour. I'm going to have to leave a little bit after anyway because my mother is in Israel right now just until 7 a.m. tomorrow. And she's taking me out for my birthday, which is on Saturday. So I won't be able to be at comms meeting, but I will watch the video, and please assign me anything that I can take over off your plate. And so I will send it to Satya.
I have no intentions for the meeting. I just wanted to see you all guys again. looking forward to a swift meeting anyway, and a lot of fun. And I give it to Jailer.
My intention is to not be distracted, so I'm here focused, and I'm excited to think I am officially being adopted into the multi-sig now, even though I posted it in the wrong channel. Maybe we have to clarify that, but it looks like it passed anyway. And then to get the official dates of our June meetup. I'm so excited for that. It's going to be great. But yeah, I'm here to listen and to hear what everyone else is up to as well. And I pass it on to Lorelei.
Hello. My intentions are just to take notes really well for this and get familiar with this process. I'm excited to see how these proposals go, especially doing them super efficiently. And yeah, I don't really have any distractions besides the fact that I'll mainly be note-taking.
You gotta pick someone.
Yeah. Chris.
Yeah, so my intentions are to have a quick, efficient meeting because indeed the comms meeting is just after this one, and I haven't had the time to prepare as well as I wanted to. So that is my distraction at the meantime. And I give it to who else is there? To RJ.
Yeah, I just showed up, so I don't know who's going after me, but anyways, no distractions and intentions. They're just check in with everybody and get through these proposals. So whoever hasn't gone can go.
How about, did Bowen go?
I have not gone yet. I am not terribly distracted by anything at the moment. I hope to help facilitate a quick meeting, and I'm interested to see how this all turns out today. Have you gone, Kate?
I've not gone yet. I'm having to be really careful with my mic because I'm having to mute because I don't have headphones. But no distractions and really other than being confused about meeting times. Has anyone else not gone?
Yeah. So no distractions, and I'm just checking in here, observing.
Hi, team.
Hello. And yeah, anyone else?
Hey, this is Oz. I'm very distracted by trying to read these events using Web3.js. But other than that, I'm just trying to facilitate a quick meeting. Let's see. Alex, did you go for intentions?
Not. I'm here for the meeting and not really distracted. Just sitting here listening, pondering. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Let's do it. Lorelei?
I already went. But I have notes of everyone who did, so. Quasia?
He just left.
Oh.
Kate.
Who hasn't gone?
Everyone went.
Mute yourself. Okay, I guess that's everyone. So let's go to the meeting. We have 3 topics today. There's talking about DAX, integrating 2 DAX onto the platform. Also talking about the multi-sig. Point 2 will be the multi-sig and adding Bowen and Yaler to it, as well as just talking about their role in Giveth. And then the last one will be solidifying our dates for June meetup. So let's just start with the DAC. I propose this one. The general thing is that during our awesome super demo, we actually made an open source block explorer DAC, and it would be nice to add. The tension is that there's a potential to add these 2 DACs, and there's no conversation about it. And the proposal is to actually allow open source Block Explorer DAC to stay on, and also to add an Aragon DAC so that we can start receiving funds for Aragon development and paying developers to do that with those funds. Adding these DACs would require a leaderboard and a multi-sig. I don't know who wants to be on either of these multi-sigs, but I will manage the creation of the multi-sigs, and I will put this on Kai's to-do list for deploying leaderboards, as he's got a bunch of them. So not having him here to say that he will do it, I think we can just assume that he will. But other than, because he's given me the thumbs up to that in the past. But other than that, that's the general scope. Any clarifying questions?
Yeah, I have a question, like what would be the impact or the use, for example, if you look at the Aragon one? So we probably won't need any donations to get this done, because I'm quite sure Aragon will be the one donating. So is there a specific need or use to have a DAC for this, in the sense that we're not opening up to the public anyways right now?
Opening what up to the public?
The DApp.
Oh yeah, so this would be an internal one, and it would, because this is the idea of this is kind of the precursor to getting Giveth to start helping with development within Aragon. We've had lots of meetings around those lines, and they said that they want to give us a grant. And so this would be basically how we accept that grant and how we manage paying developers to start working on core things. And over these phone calls with Luis I've had the last week, he's said many times that he really wants help with UI stuff and developer tooling. And so it's like, okay, well, I don't want to throw people. I feel weird saying, hey guys, work on this, and not having some kind of structure of incentivizing people to do that. So creating a DAC and being able to create a milestone, a campaign for dev tools and a campaign for UI or something like that, and then milestones within it would be, we would just start this.
Another clarifying question, would it not, or yeah, I think it's a clarifying question. Why do we need to have this as a DAC? Because it's happening within the Giveth community. Could this not be a campaign? Especially because it logically, to me, it would even be under the DApp. But in this case, you could say we put it at least on as a campaign under Giveth.
Mostly because we're not working in the Giveth GitHub, and it really is just like so that we can manage their money transparently, because if they're not donating to Giveth, they're starting an Aragon creation. And so like we would need to separate it somehow. We need to somehow separate their funds anyway, because it's not a donation to Giveth. And then, okay, any other clarifying questions? Reaction round. How about we start with Lorelei?
I don't understand fully, so I don't really have a reaction. Lindsay.
I support adding the DAC. I think it only continues our dog fooding and test the DApp and get us ready to like open it up to other people building their own DACs and communities. And I think it makes sense on an accounting and organizational point of view. And on the point you made earlier, if you need people, I would be happy to learn the process and be on either of the multi-sigs. You need people, but that's the point. So on to Oz.
Hi, it makes a lot of sense to me. In terms of, it's just the best tool we have for accounting as of right now for Argon, which is totally separate from Giveth, at least as I understand it from the meeting that we had. So I will pass it on to Dean.
Yeah, so I don't have any strong opinions other than it seems good to me to have these two DACs, and I give it to Yela.
Yeah, I just want to echo what Satya said. It's not. We're not going to create these DACs. They are going to create these DACs. Everyone who wants to create a DAC can create a DAC, and if Aragon wants to create a DAC, they should, and it should be separate from Giveth, not underneath Giveth. So I'm all for it, and I think that shouldn't try and stop it. Anybody should just let it happen and use the tools that we've built now. And now I pass it on to Satya.
Yeah, I actually don't, like I said in my comments, I think anybody should create a deck, but it feels very strange to me that we are creating an Aragon deck so that they can put money in it and then we basically help them develop it. I think they should create their own deck and be in control of it. And what I also don't understand is, as far as I've seen Aragon, is that they do transparent accounting. So why do they need Giveth for doing this? So I don't know. I'm not so super excited about this. I don't think we should create this deck for them. If they want to create a deck, they should do it. That's my reaction. Bowen.
I'm kind of caught in between. I understand the idea that they should actually be running it and it should be their own thing and not necessarily under Giveth. But other than that, I don't think I have any strong opinion. Let's see who RJ, have you gone?
No, not yet. Yeah, I don't support this. I think those DACs are like kind of not what we're trying to do. Basically, those DACs would only be on Giveth so that it's an accounting tool, and Giveth is not supposed to be an accounting tool. Also, I don't think that we should be creating the DACs either. Like, the idea is for other people to use our platform, not for us to just create more DACs on our platform. And I don't think our platform is ready for other people to use right now. This whole like multi-check bridge, manual bridge is terrible, and I don't think we should subject other people to it. I think once the bridge is run up and implemented in a month or so, it makes more sense to me at that point. But still, I think they should be doing it and funding bounties if that's what they want, essentially. Yaler, or you went already? Alex?
Hey. So, yeah, I think that if they want a deck, they should also make it themselves. That's, I don't know, something that if they want to participate, they gotta do it the way that it should be done, and then we'll interact with them. Yeah, I mean, that's really all I got on it. I'll go with Chris.
Yeah, so I agree with RJ that doing this at this point, that it's a bit early. Also because Aragon hasn't been defined just yet completely, and I already hear from other people's reaction as well that there's still some confusion. There's confusion in my head as well about why it needs to be a DAC, what they will be doing on it, etc., etc. And yes, the moment that it is created, it would make sense to me that, for example, Lewis is the delegate of this DAC and not us. So maybe it just should be tabled for a little bit. And when it comes to the Open Block Explorer one, because nobody really commented on that one, I understand that maybe this is not Giveth then, so that it could be DAC. But for that one, I would definitely say let's put a different Lumio proposal in to see how we would fund this, because it was said that 50% would go to them of the funds that we won during AtCon, but that I think that's again something that we should vote on, and that should not just be decided like that. Yep. So that's my feedback, and I give it to Kate.
I don't have like a crazy strong opinion, but I do think it's kind of early, and I don't really see why we're kind of like creating the deck for them, why that's the idea. So that's what I'd say. Has anyone else not gone?
I guess is that I'm looking. It seems like everyone else is gone. So, well done at picking everybody, guys. I guess I will amend and clarify. And welcome to the party, Lansky. But I'll amend and clarify. Okay, so I think that we will. My proposal is to continue discussing this. I want to clarify that they are not creating a DAC. Is actually the whole point of Argonne, and one of the things that we're working with them on, or at least some people within Giveth are working on them on, is decentralizing their development. So Argonne 1 is the core development team, but they're not running this DAC. Other people would be running the DAC. And that I'm very excited about running this as being a lead person in this DAC, as well as Jordy. I think Adria will have a hand on it. Quasia will have a hand on it. And then we'll have a lot of contributors, and we'll test out like Reward DAO and kind of create bounties for people within the Giveth like Riot chat room. But the idea is not that the idea is a DAC idea. The foundation would be the giver, and then there's this community that's focused on decentralizing Argonne's development, kind of like a nest grant system. And then people within that will use those funds in a transparent way, an accountable way to push forward Argonne. So it really is not through Argonne. They are just the givers. And then, but and that's another thing, is that there's no way that anyone should be using this besides us. So, it's really like no one can use it unless it's us. So anyway, that's my clarification on it. I think that we should just basically table this discussion and continue discussing it maybe over the next week. Obviously, we can't make the DAC yet, but they do have a push to send money to our ecosystem so that contributors to Giveth can start contributing. And I don't see an easier way to manage those funds than the way that we already manage funds, which is through DACs and milestones and campaigns. So, but we'll table this for a week, and maybe we'll discuss it in the chat room on that. And if for the open source bounty blockchain explorer DAC, we had an informal agreement at EdCon to throw half of our things into it. But again, that needs to be a discussion with the team, because the team won this, So we'll also just kind of table that and just let it be how it is now. Leave it on the DAC for now, and see if we can have this Lumio again next week. So tabling. Let's see. The next one is adding Yailer and Bone to the multisig. So I'll just propose this one as well. Basically, Yailer has been working with us and is already receiving regular rewards through communications. And Bowen is set to start receiving regular rewards starting next week, is what I'd like to do, at least. So like he's still receiving Reward DAO until the 15th or whatever, so we can still be dishing crazy points to Bowen. But then after this will be his last Reward DAO, and we'll start him on regular rewards. Both of these, the real tension here is adding them. I think both of them deserve and would help Giveth if they were on the multisig. But because they're organizing forces and security, and Bowen is our future security guard. And if you want to read more about Bowen's stuff, definitely check out the Lumio to see what he'll be doing. But the tension really is that then we'll have a 6 of 16 multisig, and that's pretty high. And I'm really curious to hear, like, should we start removing people from the multisig? Should we up the number of required signatures to pass, up to approved milestones? Yeah. And I guess to preempt clarifying questions, some of the there is a couple details on multisig. Sacha is not on the multisig, but other than that, and neither is Lindsay or Lorelei or Kate or Lansky. I guess there's actually a lot of people that aren't on the multisig here in this meeting, but or Dap Lion, but pretty much anyone else from Giveth Path is on the multisig that you can think of, and including the White Hat Group multisig is another signer. And so I don't think we need to be over 50%. Because there are like some passive people that are there more for security reasons, like Jordy even, and the White Hat Group multisig. But we definitely should at least discuss this. So, clarifying questions. None. Okay, so reaction round. How about Chris?
Yeah, so I think indeed the tension is just like it's gonna help for the moment. People are not always signing quickly enough, so which could delay signing and getting people paid. So I definitely support the proposal. If more people are there, we'll get quicker payouts. So hell yes. And I pass it to Dap Lion. Or to Lindsay, because I see her face.
Yeah, I'll give it a hell yes too. Let's get people paid and create a really slick system for us to all work within. So I will pass it to Alex.
Cool. Yeah, let's do it. I'm excited. I'll pass it to Griff. Is he already go, Griff?
He made a proposal, so you have to pick someone else.
Oh, sorry. Edu then. Let's choose Edu.
Is Edu here?
Is she here?
He just
joined.
joined.
Hi.
Yeah.
Sorry. But
So maybe pick someone else.
No, I heard Edu. I heard Edu talking.
But he hasn't heard the proposal.
Oh, okay.
All right.
How about
Lansky.
Lansky.
Hell yeah. Let's do it. And I pass it to Lorelei.
Yeah, I support this. Makes my job easier. Yaler, have you reacted yet?
No, this is my proposal, so I vote for me. I feel like having the people that are always online, like myself, is valuable because then it can be done really fast. I don't know what it does, having more people on or taking old people off. I don't know the repercussions of that, so maybe someone needs to explain that to me. But I think if it's a matter of signing faster, making it happen faster, we should do it. So I support myself and I support Boeing being on it as well. And I pass it to Oz.
Yeah, I agree with making the process faster. I'm not worried about how many people are on there right now, although I'm not like, a game theory person. So yeah, it has my support. And I will just move it along to Kate. Did you go yet?
No, I've not gone yet. I always see Yela and Bowen online, particularly, so I think it's a great idea. And I'm going to pass it to Bowen because I can't think of anyone else right now.
Okay. Well, I think I agree that I see the two of us online constantly. I think I've seen every request for a signature when it went up, like actually scrolling on my window. So I'd be happy to contribute in that way, and I'll vote yes on that other guy too. I mean, why not? Who else we got? Who hasn't gone?
I didn't go yet.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, let's add more people. I think if we can speed up payment, maybe we should add another 20 people. But that's just joking. So I don't know if it really solves the problem, but it's fine by me if you are added. But I wonder if there's like other ways to incentivize people to sign, right? So maybe you get like a bounty or something if you sign from the contract. I'm not sure if it's really like this will solve it, but we can keep adding more people until we reach our goal someday. Alex, did you go? Yeah, he did.
I just went.
RJ didn't go yet.
Yeah, I support those two being on, but I think we should kick people off. And a 6 of 16 multi-sig is stupid in my mind. Also, as it is right now, like I feel like there's very few people that actually sign the multi-sig transaction. So why have the others on? And you're in the comment about like, oh, Jordy and the White Hat group are on there for security makes no sense, because if it's a 6 of 6 multi-sig, all you need is 6 signatures and it goes out. So there's no security. I mean, I don't see that as being a security thing. Not that I want to necessarily kick Jordy off. It could be like a token thing. But I do think we should kick some people off that aren't actually actively participating. I think everybody's on. Oh, that blind.
Your mic is very quiet, Dap Lion. Get that thing to your face.
Okay, now it's better?
Yeah.
Okay, so my opinion is that Yaylor is the man. So happy that he can be in. I mean, it doesn't influences me right now that he's on the Giveth multisig, but I can testify that he's very on top of everything. So if your goal is to speed up things, he's the man for that.
Okay, so I really love all the enthusiasm to adding 2 people to the multisig. I think that we should definitely consider kicking at least 1 or 2 people off. 6 of 16 is crazy. Maybe we can make a Lumio and try to do this all on Lumio to see who should come off. But in the meantime, what I would propose is that we move, since we're adding 2 active signers, upping the requirement to 7 shouldn't be that big of a deal. So what I would propose is, until we kick people off, that we move to a 7 of 16 multi-sig with Yaler and Bowen in. Any objections or clarifying questions?
Objection / clarifying question. Isn't it easier, Griff, than to keep it at 6, but just like cut people out right now who haven't signed in the last 5-6 times, which are already like 5 people, I think?
Yeah, I don't know if we want to do like an objective thing. I think that kicking people off needs more discussion, is what I would say. Because who are those people? What, do they want to be kicked off? We should at least hear them out. Things like that. So I think kicking people out requires more discussion. Exclusion is difficult, but adding people on and upping the signature seems like a really easy, reasonable thing to do. Bowen would like to speak. Go for it, Bowen.
By the looks of it right now, the multi-sig is actually a 5 signature, correct? So you're talking about adding 2 people and then raising that number to 7?
No. 1 person initiates the transaction, and that's considered 1 signature, and then 5 people have to sign.
Okay. Now I understand what you're saying. So you're talking about incrementing it to 6?
Yeah, 6 people would have to sign after one person initiates.
Okay. All right. Understood.
Okay. Any objections to 7 of 16 and adding Yaler and Bowen?
No objection. I was just going to say, could we do it at the same time, like within a week? Could we have the discussion about who's going to leave and then implement the change like in 1 week and have those two things hash out at the same time, like this over this next week?
Sure, yeah, that sounds good. I guess we can wait to finalize it until at least we start this Lumio proposal and see if we can get it done before the next multi-signature payment has to be sent, which would be Wednesday or Thursday.
And I can help you start the Lumio proposal. I'll start it, we'll clarify it, and then just put it out there.
Sounds great. So new proposal is, what do they call it? Integrating the objection at this point is Yaler will start a Lumio proposal to see who we can kick off. And if all else fails, I still want to try to add Bowen. I want to have permission to add Bowen and Yaler if we either kick people off or raise the required signatures. Kate wanted to speak.
Yeah, I was actually just going to say basically the same kind of thing as Yaler said. I was just thinking it's like really unproductive, and it wouldn't be the people that aren't signing it, it wouldn't be malicious. It's probably just that they're extremely busy and just aren't active at that time. So although the intention is there to be active and sign it, if they aren't signing it, then it should probably just be moved on from and more people that are more active added.
Okay. Oh, Lansky too.
Sorry. This thing that, as you said, Griff, these I'm modeling the decision on the advice process, and the advice process. For that, you need to involve into the decision the people that this decision is going to affect. Therefore, I think there needs to be some sort of discussion with the people that are. And as you said, Griff, I just wanted to reinforce that point. So maybe this will take a bit longer than 1 week because, as you said, people are quite busy. But we should definitely hear these people out and see why they're there, why they're not there. We're just assuming that we're busy. We're just assuming that this and that. But hey, maybe they have really valid reasons, and maybe we can agree with them that they can stay. And if the alternative is to put more people in, to require more people to sign, that can be done as well.
Okay, I need to put a time precedence on this. So I think we're just, unless there's a really strong objection, we got to move on to Lindsay's proposal. Any strong objections? 3, 2. Okay, proposal passed. Yaler's going to make the Lumio. We're going to push this forward. Lindsay.
Okay, moving on. The next proposal is to decide on the dates of the summer kickoff team meeting. Looking at the Lumio proposal that we just had, we can see that the most popular dates are June 1st through 7th. And we plan on hosting the meeting for 7 days, but I can arrange transport for anybody that comes late or leaves early. And Griff will be opening up the invitation to a larger community once we solidify these dates. As you guys know, the meeting will be held in this castle in Cardona, about an hour and a half outside of Barcelona. Work areas, fiber optic Wi-Fi, plenty of beds. Chefs cooking for us to be really nice, really cool area. So that is the proposal. Are there any clarifying questions?
No?
No? Okay. Reaction round. Let's start with Griff.
Okay, yeah. So really excited about this. I'm excited to invite the general community. It's ends up costing us 65 euros a day, And what I'm hoping to do is actually use this as a way to raise donations for Giveth. If someone comes, we'll push really hard. We'll not require, not if it's like, like someone kind of from the general community, then that's okay. But otherwise, we'll try to get donations for like Swarm City, Aragon Status, other big teams that come. So we can house up to 100 people, and we just kind of need. I assume we need some advance notice to tell people. But I want to make a big push and get as many people out there as possible. And the general idea, at least from my perspective for this hackathon, is to have very little structure, and it's really just like a place where everyone can meet and work with people they don't get to see in real life very often, and they can just enjoy their time there. So that's my reaction. And I'm very excited for the dates to be the 1st to the 7th, even though I might not make the 1st because I'm considering talking in New York in front of a bunch of college students. And then I'd show up on the 2nd. How about Yaler?
I'm stoked. I'm in Barcelona anyway. Whatever dates everyone feels good about, I'll be there, and I'm excited to connect with everyone again and have this the team vibe thing going on. There was one more thing, but I'm not going to mention it because I don't think it's important at this point in time. There's a cool Lumio thing happening June 1st, if anyone was around, but we'll talk about that later. Pass it on to Deem.
Yeah, sounds really exciting. Unfortunately, I may not make it because I've got a lot of projects going on right now. And I pass it on to Satya.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this. Of course, flabbergasted, stoked. Good dates. I will bring my kids, so I won't be there every day. But I'm very much looking forward to it.
Hey guys, sounds super cool. I do not think I will be there, but yeah, sounds fucking rad. I'll be there in spirit as usual. Let me pass it on to Chris.
Yeah, so I will be there, and Satya will bring the kids. I will bring the boyfriend.
Entertainment.
also for entertainment, actually. And I still hope that Oz will also just come with his entire family. And I give it to RJ.
Yeah, I'll try and make it. I think I can, but we'll see. Bowen?
I think it's really awesome. I'm still trying to sort out my passport situation, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it. But I think it's great. Who else do we have left to go? Kate.
Sorry, I'm being very careful because no headphones. I've got my passport now, so if I can come, then that would be friggin' awesome. I'll check in with Lorelei later. Who else hasn't gone? Yayla?
Already gone.
How about Lorelei?
Oh yeah, Lorelei.
Hey, yeah, I'm really excited for this meeting. Those dates work for me. I support it. And who hasn't gone? Has Alex?
Edu?
I do.
Hi. Well, seems awesome to me. I think it's a good idea. The castle seems awesome, so let's do it.
On to Alex.
Alex, yeah. All right. I got you look into it, but yeah, dates sound great. We'll see what we'll get done during this one. It's gonna be awesome.
Okay. Awesome. So to clarify, I'm going to put together a sheet. I'll put it in the chat so everybody can keep their dates updated. I really need to know dates. When you know them, please keep them updated. Any objections?
Yeah, just to add, make sure, like Satya, if you you're bringing your kids, we need to know seats for transport. So like if they need a car seat or something like that, we'll definitely need to be updated, like make a note or something so that coordinating is easier. And yeah, make sure every single individual human has a line. It's easier for organizing.
Yes, exactly. Any other? All right, passed. And I'll get that sheet out to everybody. And we got a really fun team meeting coming up. All right.
Yeah.
7:59.
Well, yeah, we're going to have to skip closeout, guys. But thank you so much for getting all that stuff in at the last minute. Great work. Now, comms meeting. And Chris, can you post us the link?
Yeah. It's in comms, but I can post it here as well.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.